Now that we've discovered how to use Destiny to find one fiction book and one nonfiction book, let's take a brief tour of the shelves and explain how to actually find a book in the library. We have 2 books selected, and our library student, Holly, has written those down. Mrs. Hoover, our assistant, will show that to us now. City of Lies is under FICTAN, and our nonfiction book is about the dog training. If you remember, we were in the process of trying to find a book to help us out with our dog problems at home. That's 636 KAY. Now, the books in the library are located obviously in the rear. But before you get there, there is a reference shelf wherein you can find dictionaries, thesauruses, and atlases. So you can get your some reference books there. If you circle the library, you're going to notice that we have certain books that are special collections. All right? This one is Hunting and Military. Okay, you can see that right there. And along the wall, we have our other special collections. This is one about sports and cars, trucks, vehicles. And in the rear corner, we also have books about, more sports books, and we have books about animals. But we're interested in the fiction section. So let's return to Mrs. Hoover and Holly, and we're going to take a brief tour of the fiction section. The fiction section begins, obviously, with A, and the A books are located right there, alphabetically, and if you search the shelves, you move left to right on each shelf, then you go down to the next one, then the next one. Now when you get to the bottom, the last book on the right, you come up to the next book on the top shelf on your left, and then you just keep going. Now when you get to the end of a shelf, again we're going alphabetically, when you get to the end of a shelf, you're going to circle around to the next shelf, and in the top left-hand corner is where you will find your next book. This section is alphabetically arranged in kind of a square shape, so you're going to go around there. Okay, square shape. And the books are located, again, we have another row here. It's a little empty, but I'm working on that. Okay, I'm going to try to fill up the shelves a little bit. Again, alphabetical. Sometimes I lay books out that are special interest. For example, these are the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Books that are very popular, sometimes laid out on the shelves, but they are definitely available for checkout. Okay, Ms. Hoover and Holly are going to proceed to the next set of shelves. So they're going to hang a right here. Fiction continues over here. And fiction concludes over in this area. Okay? And again, you just follow alphabetically. You will notice that we have a set of reference books in this area as well. Now, Holly, I believe it's time for you to try to locate some books for us. Let's look for the fiction book, FICTAN. Holly's going to look for the T's. What are you on now, Holly? S. Okay, so she's going to keep going this way. And now she's going to find, let's see.
City of
She's
Lies.
looking, yeah. Go ahead, Ms. Hoover.
Okay, if we wanted to take this one out first, Holly, we're going to put it on the top because the librarian A will reshelve that. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Ms. Hoover, can you please explain why it's important not to put the books back on the shelves?
Yes, we prefer to put the books on the shelves because we do this every day and we're a little more used to it. And the students sometimes think that they have the best place for the book or where it belongs, and they may make a few more mistakes just because they're not as used to it.
Excellent. Thank you. And we are so happy to help you with that. Okay, Holly? Holly has found City of Lies. Let's see. That looks really good. You going to check it out? Excellent. But you also need your nonfiction book, don't you?
Right.
Okay, let's go through the nonfiction shelves. Let's find out how to work our dog. We're going to ask Mrs. Hoover and Holly to go to the back rear left-hand corner.
We're going we got to the zeros and hundreds.
Now, we use the Dewey Decimal System like every other library you've probably been in, and I'm going to teach you more about that over the course of the year. For now, all you need to know is that the numbers start at 000. Miss Hoover, if you could pull out the first book for us there. What's that?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Okay, but we don't want Bigfoot. We want that book about dogs, don't we? So we continue on past the 200s, the 300s. What was your number again, Holly?
636.
636, okay.
400s, 500s. We're getting warmer.
Okay, she's looking.
With
Yay.
Is that the correct book?
That's the correct.
Okay, there we
Holly.
go. We found it. Love that dog training program. Have you decided? Do you think you want to use that book?
yeah.
Okay, I think your dog is really going to be happy. Now, Mrs. Hoover and Holly are just going to walk very slowly around the remainder of the nonfiction section. Again, this is arranged not by author, but it's arranged by those numbers. We'll review what those numbers mean later in the year, but for now, we know that it goes from 000 up to 999. Miss Hoover, what number are you on now?
Oh, I'm on 921s, the biographies.
The biographies.
We have a lot of biographies.
Yes, ma'am.
And they're done by alphabetical order after the 921.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. And we go all the way over here. The last book is down at the very bottom. Holly, would you pull the last book out for us, please? There it is. A book on Greenland. Okay, that's our highest number. Now, I've explained to you how you check out books. Yes, Holly, you understand now? Ms. Hoover, thank you very much for your assistance.
Certainly.
And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. You can ask me, you can ask Holly, who is our assistant, or you can ask Mrs. Hoover. Happy hunting!